circles, we're going to talk about circumference. And circumference can be defined as the enclosing boundary of a circle. So firstly, we're going to start with the formula for circumference, which is, depending on what you have, it can either be pi times the diameter or pi times 2 times the radius. So let's start with an example. So example number 1 asks us to find the circumference of a circle with a diameter of 2. So here we can see the circle. So the first step to this problem would be to plug in the numbers and figure out what the right formula is. And since we are given the diameter, we can use pi times diameter. So when we plug in the numbers and we multiply pi times 2, we get 6.2831. But that number is too great and it is unnecessary. So our last and final step would be to round. And our final answer would end up being 6.3 units. So let's do a last problem. What if you're given the radius? When you're given the radius, for example here, where we are given a radius of 6, we start with the same step. We plug in the numbers and we figure out what the right formula is. Since we have the radius, we would use pi times 2 times the radius. So after that, our second step would be to multiply pi times 2 times 6. And our answer would end up being 37.699. But once again, that number is too great and it is unnecessary. So our final step would be to round. And our final answer would be 38 units.
Okay, so good morning. Today I'm going to show you how to get the circumference from a circle. So first you need to know the two formulas. The two formulas are 2 pi r, that's 2 times the pi times the radius, or if like in this example, you're given the diameter, it's circumference equals pi times diameter. So in the first example I have here, we know that the diameter measures 12 centimeters. So you use the second formula. So you plug in the numbers. So C equals pi times 12. So you plug it in the calculator, and it's pi times 12. And you get 37.69. But you have to round it, so it's 37.7, and you need to remember to always put the unit of measurement centimeters. Okay, so then I'm going to do example number 2. So I'm going to draw a circle here. Sorry for the circle. So let's say they give us a radius of 3 centimeters. So in this example, we're going to use the first formula, which is 2 times pi times the radius. So you plug in phi equals 2 times pi times the radius, which is 3. So then you plug those numbers in the calculator, so it's 2 times pi times 3. You get 18.84, but because of the rounding, it's 18.8. So you always remember to put the unit of measurement, which is centimeters, and that's it. You use the two formulas.
So today, I'm going to help you find the measures of each arc in circle B. So we're going to start first looking at the circle. First at the variables, J, G, B, H, and I. The first problem is find the measures of arc GJ. So in GJ, we can see that we have the symbol of a 90-degree angle, meaning that GJ equals 90 degrees. Now, the second problem, arc J, H, and I. We can see that J and H measures 180, but we have to find the measurement of this angle. So we have 152 minus 180 means that this angle measures 28 degrees. So now 180 plus 28 gives us 208 degrees. On the third problem, we have what's the measure of arc GHJ. Again, the message gives us 180, so we just have to add the 90 degrees from angle G, meaning that it will give us at the end 270 degrees.
So, we already learned about the circumference. So now we have to learn the length of an arc. This meaning we're going to find the length of this shaded part of the circle. Things you have to know before we do this is that the whole circle measures 360 degrees. But this part of the arc measures 130 degrees. Also, we have to know that the radius is this little line here, so which is measured 10 meters. So now, to find the length of the arc, we have to use the formula, which is A equals X over 360 times 2 pi r. This is the length to find the length of an arc. So now we're gonna substitute the numbers we have here with the variables. So we're gonna use the red color to identify these numbers. So it will be A to 360 times 2 pi. Now we're gonna substitute the numbers with the color of red. So it will be 130 to substitute X and 10 meters to substitute radius. So we put it like this. So let's start solving the first part of the equation, which would be 130 divided by 360. We get our calculators and put it on it. Equals to 0.36. So, because it's a decimal, it's easier if we change it to a fraction. Equals to 13 over 36. So we write the new number. A equals 13 over 36. So, now we have already solved this part of the equation. We're going to solve this part. It will be easier just to plug the numbers, but let's make it step by step. So we're going to just multiply 2 times 10, which is equal to 20. So what we're going to do is put 20 and going to put pi down like this. So it will be 13 over 36 times 20 pi. So to make things easier, we're just going to plug this up in the calculator. Times 20 pi, which is equal to 22.689. So, because it is a decimal, we're going to use it better if we round it. So, we're going to use a 22.7. So, A is equal to 22.7 units. This is what this part of the circle, the arc, measures. Thank you.